Well, hello, friends and fantastic soul family. Beautiful rising, good afternoon, and or lovely evening to you wherever you are, depending on the location of your rotation. Thank you for stopping by my channel. This is our daily chakra energy reading, and today is Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday, January 18th of 2023. So we are pretty much like more than halfway through the month. So yeah, amazing. So all of my readings are intended to be timeless, meaning whenever you have found this video is when you are meant to hear the message. So if your guides have led you here, your spirit, your ancestors, your higher self, the divine, or even if someone has shared this video with you and you decided to watch it, then there is a message here for you. So let's get these little bits of shuffles in. One more good shuffle. And then we will see what our chakra energy is for today. So, yeah. So I really do love the messages that have been coming through with these cards. Yesterday we had the auric field of the emotional body come out for us, and it was just the blank card. It didn't have a number to it or anything, so I just read what I found in the book. And then probably a couple hours later I had an experience with the auric field of the emotional body, and it was amazing. So what I learned from that was that there could be just something small that comes up within your day that ties back into this, ties back into the reading. So maybe it could be, maybe there's one day where the reading, you listen to it and nothing really resonates with you, as far as like you don't necessarily see at the time how the reading is working for you. But then I feel that there are some days that there could be somebody who is watching the video that gets a really strong message from one of their chakras or their energy fields or something, and the first thing they think of is the video. And so yeah, so it's going to resonate different for everybody, but I know that the messages are getting out there, and I know that that there are people that are feeling them. So yeah. All right, so we got our card that has flipped here. And let's get into it. So there is a lot of background now. Oh, and speaking of auric fields, today we have a card that is an auric field of the mental body. So I'm excited to read this one and see how this one applies to us today. So, all right. So today we have card number 18, the auric field of the mental body. I lovingly and sincerely communicate my thoughts to those around me. I lovingly and sincerely communicate my thoughts to those around me. So let's see what this card has to say. Okay. So here we go. I lovingly and sincerely communicate my thoughts to those around me. Meaning, when you communicate your thoughts just as they are in a loving way, this creates clarity and predictability in relationships. Everyone knows where they stand. This cuts the ground from under lies and misunderstandings, simultaneously making more space for being together in a constructive way. Then, standpoints can also be discussed and negotiated. Whenever you conceal something, the other person cannot include it in his or her decisions and cannot take your wishes, ideas, and standpoints into consideration. If you communicate all of this in a friendly manner, then you can avoid becoming involved in accusations and blame, and you will often have the experience that other people like to open up to you. Healing stone, malachite, fire opal, fragrance essence, patchouli. The Bach flower is crabapple and centauri used together. So, I feel like we should read it again. When you communicate your thoughts just as they are in a loving way, this creates clear this creates clarity and predictability in relationships. Everyone knows where they stand. This cuts the ground from under lies and misunderstandings, simultaneously making more space for being together in a constructive way. Then standpoints can also be discussed and negotiated. Whenever you conceal something, the other person cannot include it in his or her decisions and cannot take your wishes, ideas, and standpoints into consideration. If you communicate all of this in a friendly manner, then you can avoid becoming involved in accusations and blame, and you will often have the experience that other people like to open up to you. So, basically, we're being guided to make sure that we are communicating with clarity. So, and communicating in a loving and sincere way. So, not lying, not withholding information, not doing anything that is going to make you open to accusations or blame. So, nothing that is going to leave questions in anyone's mind as far as where they stand. So, whenever you are communicating with someone, no matter who it is, they should have a clear understanding of where they are at. They should have a clear understanding of how you're feeling. Now, this doesn't necessarily say that the other person, even if you communicate clearly, there could be the other person that has issues with understanding it, or maybe the other person doesn't want to understand it, or, the other person makes it a big deal when if you are to communicate sincerely and in a friendly way, that's not your problem. The way that other people receive it, I mean, even if you are communicating it in a loving way, if that person has their own issues that blocks them from receiving it in a loving way, that is not your issue. It's not up to you to try to get it through to that person. It's only up to you to communicate it in a clear and loving way so that you have at least expressed yourself in a clear and loving way. Whether or not, however, the people around you take that, that is based on their own experiences. And that, I mean, even if you could say I love you to somebody who's in a bad mood and maybe they don't want to hear it and that's not, and so they take it angry or maybe start a fight, who knows. But it is only up to us to communicate in the best way that we know how, the best loving and sincere way that we can. So I lovingly and sincerely communicate my thoughts to those around me. So, as long as you are lovingly and sincerely communicating your thoughts, you are doing your part. You are doing your part. As long as, you can't control the way that other people are going to receive it, you can only control the way that you deliver it. So I feel that's what we were being guided to look at and to work on, is to work on how we are expressing ourselves to others and seeing if we're doing it in a loving and sincere way. So, yeah, so that is the message for this wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you all found something that you resonated with. And if you did, then please feel free to like this video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below if you so choose. So thank you all once again for being here. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.